We got us a Omeezy. Shout out Omar. It's been a little minute since we reacted to Omeezy. I feel like it's been like a week.
Before on this channel, we talked about the detriments of family content, and I thought I found the worst of it all. But this week, I came across something that is total bullshit.
As you can read in the caption above, we're a family of 6 going on 7.
Oh my God, this holy. Okay, bro, did y'all before he gets into it? Have y'all seen this TikTok? When you have a listen to this. When you have a 1 bedroom with 6 people, a bedroom becomes more essential than a dining room. So what this is essentially is 2 people. They have 4 kids in a 1 bedroom. They're about to have a 5th kid. They can only afford a 1 bedroom. Bro, there was a point where, even I can afford a 1 bedroom. I felt like I couldn't afford kids. Right now, I maybe can afford 1. Maybe 1. You telling me you having 5 kids and you're in a 1 bedroom, G? There has to be some accountability at that point. Like lock the fuck in. You think all them kids, bro, when they grow up, you think all of them is gonna want to share a fucking 1 bedroom? No privacy? Like what? Like you're gonna have these kids, or these babies are gonna turn into toddlers, which turn into kids, which turn into teens. You think like as they keep growing, they're like, yo, what the fuck? Why did you keep having these kids, bro? They're going to question that because what the fuck are we doing? We're in poverty and you niggas is still like, I don't give a fuck if you fucking, when do you get your tubes tied? When do you get fucking snipped? Use something, bro. This shit is so selfish to me, bro.
Living in a 1-bedroom apartment. As the kids grow older, that means we constantly have to adapt our environment to give them more means for privacy and extra space. When outside our environment appears cluttered, disorganized, what have you. But quite frankly, after making do for nearly 3 years now, I have nothing but a grateful spirit for the
3 years, you've actively lived in a 1 bedroom with 4 kids for 3 fucking years. Bro, stop having kids.
Roof over our head. Generally, the instant judgment me and my husband receive, why have so many kids if you don't have enough space for them? See, my perception is judgment comes from a place of not having the experience. When you've experienced enough, you generally don't judge people. I can tell you after everything I've been through in the past 3 years, there's very little I have to judge people on. I would be lying if
listen. My mom, right? She did the best she could. She had 4 kids in a 3 bedroom, and that wasn't enough fucking space. So I can tell you from experience, this ain't it, bro. If I know what I went through as a kid in a 3 bedroom, as the youngest, I never had my own nothing, my own room, my own bed. Like, bro, it was all like, you know what I'm saying? As the youngest, I can tell you flat out right now, this shit was not it, bro. My mom did the best she could, and I don't fault her, and she tried. A 3 bedroom is hard to come by, you know what I'm saying? She did what she could. But, like, do I wish I had my own space? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Especially with having a son and daughters. At that point, you also have to separate them so they have their own privacy. You know what I mean? So, like, my brother needed his own room, because he's a grown man, like he's a growing boy. Like my brother has me by 8 years. What the fuck does he look like sharing a fucking room with a like being what, 18, sharing a room with a fucking 10-year-old? You see what I mean? So like I can only imagine what these kids are gonna fucking go through. Bro, there's gotta be something, bro.
If I said there wasn't a point in my life that I was so naive. And like I said, I have learned a lot. I generally look like I'm roughing it, but that's because our kids come first. I do everything I can to keep our environment clean and tidy. When it comes down to it, I could shove everything
Oh yeah.
my kids have 1 bedroom of some of these houses I see, and it would really look like nothing. We try to teach our kids to take care of what they have, be grateful for what we have. We keep praying and pushing for the growth that we want. Appreciate y'all watching. See you in the next video.
I did feel like that one Goofy movie meme where Max enters the house and is like, damn, you live like this? Because damn, you live like this? Now, before we get started in the video, I want to be clear. This is not an indictment on them and their financial situations. People are actually poor.
Yeah, and that's the thing. People are, bro, not everybody has money. I get that. I fucking get that. But at what point you're bringing in a child to more poverty? You actively don't have it. You're literally spreading yourself more thin, bro. Whatever resources you have now are going to be spread thin even more because you have another kid, bro. Like come on. And it's not only like you also have to think about your other kids. You don't never stop taking care of them. They don't never not need something. So with you having another kid, that's taking out of your other kids' mouths. Like, you really have to sit there and think about this. You have 4 kids already. You have another kid. What you have for the 4 has to now be rationed out for 5. Like, bro.
Or in America, they live below the poverty line and they have to make do with what they have. With that being said, some of these people's actions, their logic, their reasoning, and their justification as to continue the bullshit that they have going on is something that has to be talked about. This is the resilient Jenkins family, a family that doesn't deserve any bit of praise or recognition at all, but hey, we're gonna cover them on this channel. They're a family of 6 going on 7. The mother is pregnant with baby number 5 in this situation here, and they live in a 1-bedroom apartment. And again, this is an indictment on the financial status of these people. It's their decision making and their choices. When I grew up, my mom told me the stories about how she and her siblings grew up in an apartment of 1. She also has about 4 to 5 other siblings at this time. But the difference is her parents stayed in the living room and the kids got the bedroom with a bunch of different bunk beds. That's not the case in this situation. Both of them had kids outside of the relationship. They came together and started having more kids. The parents get to sleep in the room. The kids sleep out in the living room. The parents...
So that's super selfish. That's probably the most selfish, bro. Not only do you keep having kids, but you taking a room, like they don't, what are we doing, bro?
This room has a whole TV, a PS5, and a regular bed, and the kids have foam mattresses on the kitchen floor that they have to share with cats and like that. The dad does a bunch of gig work and spends a bunch of time outside of the house. And that's going to come up later as to why that's important, because it's just going to tell the tale of how much of a deadbeat he really is. And the mother is a stay-at-home mom for a bunch of poor excuses, but we'll get into those as well. Now, they're both recovering addicts who met in some sort of rehabilitation center, but none of that's stopping them from continuing to do drugs to date. Like, while she has the baby, she is still actively taking drugs by her social media accounts. And 2, there's nothing...
See, I didn't know all of this. Yo, where's CPS? Where's the bro? What the fuck? If this shit would have been happening, bro, I promise you, a nigga's kids would have been gone, bro. Been gone, bro. If this happening in the hood, your kids would have been fucking gone, bro. Been gone. They snatched kids for less, bro. They snatched kids for less, bro. And I am a product of it, bro. I've had my dealings with CPS. I wouldn't wish that on nobody, but come get those motherfucking kids, bro. Drugs? It's one thing to just keep having kids and you ain't got no bread, but drugs? You already spread thin with having all these kids, and then you're doing drugs? You still have money for drugs, but you don't... Oh my God, don't piss me off. Oh my God, don't piss me off.
While she has the baby, she is still actively taking drugs by her social media.
Trying to be good in microdose.
Media accounts. And 2, there's nothing stopping her from doing any sort of work that would most definitely contribute to the house in a meaningful way. But instead, she spends her time, like all these family influencers do, begging people online in order to pay for their lifestyle and make her some sort of mommy influencer. And I'm not a fan of this type of content at all, but the reality of it is that it exists. But the main...
Where's the father? He said the father was doing gig work and shit like that.
Thing about this family content is, before anything, you have to take care of your actual family.
Absolutely baffles me that my beautiful kiddos haven't gone viral yet. 2 years and continue counting babies. We got this. Eventually mama will make our dreams happen. So your thing is to go viral and not get a fucking job to actually take care of these motherfuckers. Sorry kids, I don't mean to call y'all motherfuckers, but I just had to emphasize on that. So you rather not get a job, you rather go viral. God, them kids are gonna hate you, bro. I'm making changes to help our account. If I consistently see you in the views of my videos and not supporting, you won't have access to our account any longer. My goal is to grow, and I can't do that without the support of the...
I'm not like you other girls. I'm very demure, see. I'm very cute, see. I'm very demure.
TikTok algorithm be worse than W2s. Worse than what? The low life coworkers watch you get all the credit because tell them why I have crap views and it's in better content than half this app. Girl, oh my God, I would hate her. Not only are you doing drugs, you're trying to be a TikTok mom instead of, oh my God, I'd hate her. I'd hate her.
And if you're making entertaining and engaging content consistently, for sure, most people are going to make you some sort of influencer. But it's not something that you beg your way to being. Maybe in 2024 it's different. But this woman is so against the idea of working that even if it comes at the risk of harming her kids in the household, she is willing to not do it in the search and hopes for social media clout and fame.
I'll be fine. I'm completely and utterly fine. I'm fine. I am fine. I'm fine. I'm all...
The reality, don't piss me off. I already read a pinch of this and I'm already getting pissed off. The reality of being flat broke is knowing you can't do shit about your kids, cat's skin infection other than rehome the animal to some more financially able to handle it. Why do I have to take my baby's baby? I really don't want to. So you also have animals. So not only do you have kids, you got cats that you can't take care of because you rather film a TikTok than go get a fucking job. Oh my God, bro.
always fine. Don't you know that?
Remember what I said here. The cat has a skin infection and the cat is sleeping with these young babies that are susceptible to being sick and have a weaker immune system than adults. All this could be mitigated if they just decided to change their lifestyles up by having the parents be out in the living room, or hell, give away the cat. But no, the parents live a life of luxury. I know that's strange to say in this regards, but they're in their room comfortable with a television and a bed and a PlayStation 5.
Dad takes his evening off in 150 days. His first evening off in 150 days. So him and the kids have a gaming sesh. A big flat screen at that, too. The kids do have a PS4, but they like to watch it. So Dad got the PS5. They got the P4. Got it.
Into the space back when they just had a small amount of kids, but now they continue to keep growing, keep smashing, and keep making this some sort of game on TikTok by saying, hey, if you make me an influencer, I'll give my hubby another kid. It's actually disgusting work. But the problem is they can't control the outbreaks that are happening in their own damn home. They have months of lice and fleas to the point where it was uncontrollable. What? And prolonged lice and flea outbreaks in homes can be detrimental to the long-term health of kids. We're talking about the psychological, we're talking about diseases, we're talking about infections being passed along. This isn't the New York City streets. This is a damn home. It's supposed to be somebody's comfort, somebody's protection. But you can't even get it under control. At least alleviate some of the problems by putting your kids in the damn room and you sleep out there with the cats since you decided that you need to have them.
Now you listen here, you walking pile.
RP to my hair. This is the damage done after having to treat for lice for months on end. That comb is terrible on your hair. Oh my God. This is actively pissing me off.
Panic attack. You're gonna inhale, exhale your way through this bullshit if it's the last thing you do. Your thoughts aren't real. Your mind hates you, but you're...
The reason why I hate this family content is because it's putting to the side the safety, health, and well-being of the kids in order to make some sort of influencer out of the mom. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know how this drug addict, deadbeat father, etc., is supposed to make good content, but that's the hope and prayer for them by mom sitting on live begging for people to follow her, begging for people to basically build their lifestyle all day and all night.
There's only 92 days till Christmas. I had a goal to go viral before Christmas, maybe even make some extra funds to give my kids a Christmas. The countdown is so fast as a parent. What are you doing? I go to work then.
When the song come on, let me see you get gone. Baby, my
Help a girl out. My hubby said if we can flip our financial position, this doesn't have to be our last baby. I'm really not ready to stop having babies yet. Bro, y'all are terrible. Fuck. Like, I can't keep even saying this, bro. Like, I don't even want to keep reiterating how fucking fucked up parents they are, bro. Like, I'm over it, bro.
this your song been pregnant for way too long. Now tell the DJ turn it off.
At some point, CBS should step in because this is a person who does not take the health and well-being of her kids and her family very seriously. When she does decide to get pregnant, I think she should stop having babies as a whole. She doesn't even listen to the doctors recommend that she doesn't do certain things to avoid complications with the pregnancy.
I have no idea how far along pregnant. Far enough along that the nausea is at its peak though, so that makes me think I'm about 7-8 weeks-ish. So this will be my 6th time being pregnant. I've had 2 miscarriages, 3 babies, and this is number 6, so we're gonna find out. We're praying for the best, of course. We're believing for the best. Regardless, I do find it goofy that when you're into your 3rd, 4th time in a row, you really should not be getting so many questions by the doctors or we highly recommend you don't mess with the cat box. Can you recommend to my cats they don't shit then? That would be great. Stay away from too many herbal teas. I'm gonna drink my teas, thank you.
I'm not a doctor at all, but I think that maybe there's some sort of connection to the habits that you have, the continued drug use, the kitty litter use, the disgusting conditions that you have in your household could probably be linking to some of these miscarriages or complications that you're having with your pregnancy. I don't know. I don't know. I may be jumping out the window with that one. I don't know. Now, the internet is trying to decide whose fault this really is in the grand matter of things, but ultimately, I'm here to squash all conversations. It is both parents' faults. And then there's a third party involved that people aren't necessarily thinking about that could be at fault here. And I'm here to say, yes, you, the people that are consuming this content, engaging and ultimately donating, are involved in being complicit in enabling the
I wonder, hold on, I want to see
behavior that they are displaying on the internet. I saw just the other day that somebody sent the kids some bunk beds. Kudos to them, but damn, do not give them an out. Do not give them some sort of way to get out of working hard.
Bro, because they're going to keep doing it. They're like, all right, so they're sending this, they'll send some more shit. Let's just keep begging instead of getting a fucking job. Literally. If we keep begging, they're going to keep giving, so there's no point in changing the way we do shit.
And providing for their kids, and it wouldn't even be hard work. Woman, just get a job.
So I decided to look up everything in regards to the resilient Jenkins family in Oregon and Portland and their standards of care and everything what you're supposed to. Off the bat, each child is supposed to have their own bed and own mattress that is adequate for their size. That's just the standard. That's just what they want. And when it comes to housing, usually it's supposed to be 2 per room. So in their case, you can, if the youngest child is 3, you have to include them, but if not, because they can kind of sleep with their parents, it's supposed to be 2 per room. There's 3 kids. One of the children is not related to the other children, which I think that comes into bed sharing. So there would need to have at least 2 rooms for the kids, essentially. But being that they're going to add more children in, they're going to grow up, they're going to need at least a 3-bedroom, 100%. There's no way around that. And also there's a way for the parents to have a room as well, because that is obviously extremely important to the parent to have their privacy, but it's not. But anyway, each child must have their own bed. They cannot bed share with someone that they are not related to. So no, the rolled up foam mattresses that come into play and come out of play during the day is not up to standard. I don't know if the apartment complex could get in trouble for this or the parents could get in trouble for it, but it is in violation. Also, I looked up if there is a program, because here in North Carolina there is one in certain counties where people will donate a bed to you with bed frame.
The thing is, bro, you could get probably Section 8 or something. You can apply. You got kids. They're going to bump you on that list, bro. With how many kids you got, how much money you make, you can apply for Section. You can apply for something. Something to get a better living condition. You just actively not doing it.
And I think a mattress as well for a child, free to the parent, no cost to anything. They do that in Oregon. I did look it up. They do that in Portland specifically. I looked that up as well. So for the father to say that they don't have beds because they broke them, I can see where people are saying the financial literacy is not there. The irresponsibility is there, because as a parent, I'm a parent of 3 boys. They have broke their beds several times. I have replaced them several times. That's just that. That's the law. And there is no excuse for them not to have replaced their beds. Yes, they broke them, but guess what? You still have to replace them because you're a parent. Children are expensive. They are not inexpensive at all. I did see on her wish list they put a toddler bunk bed, up there. Someone did purchase it. That's great, but that's only for 2 of the 4 children
kids
that you have. Why didn't you put 2 bunk beds up there? Why haven't you looked into programs of replacing your children's beds if you cannot afford it?
Now, she did bring up a couple of good points, and I did want to address some of them. For one, even though you are potentially close to meeting the standards that Portland sets out for housing children, that doesn't take into consideration that you are bringing in prolonged health risks into their lives by having the cat urine be all over the place, by having the lice infestation and flea infestation, and by also having moldy laundry be in the house for long periods of time.
Moldy laundry? Yo, it's like, my thing is, bro, even if you just only got a 1-bedroom, bro, at least keep that bitch as clean as possible. You're not even actively trying. You are the worst stay-at-home mother I've ever seen in my fucking life. Oh my God, let's call it, let's fucking, you are the worst stay-at-home mother ever. Fuck. I can understand if you was a stay-at-home mom that had to clean like 4 or 5 kids' rooms. You have 1 room. You have to clean 1 room, and come on, bro. Fucking bro, man. Moldy laundry.
Am I watching an episode of Hoarders?
That's kind of what it feels like, bro. Low key. Thank you for the 300 bits. I felt nauseous after this. So you didn't, that was by your fucking front door, bitch? Oh my God. So, this ain't even in the room, bruh. I just realized this is by the front door. This ain't even in a room. Cause look, there's a deadbolt and then there's this little shit right here. So you know this is the front door because they always got the little hardwood floor before the carpet. This is the front fucking door. The front door. So you know what that means? This was where the kids are sleeping. They have the kids sleeping in the living room, dining room area. This is where the kids were sleeping. It's not in your room with you and your husband, but it's out there with the kids though. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Second of all, it is amazing the fact that there are so many government programs, communal assistance, hell, even churches and schools provide these different incentives and programs for people to take advantage of. She can go to the Goodwill and get a bed frame or the Salvation Army and get some bedding for little to no money. But these people don't take any advantage of that. Why? Because I think that they think it is cool to film this type of situation to put it on social media in order to trick people into believing that they are in more help or more need than they actually are in. And then they can get the sympathy and the pity that turns into views and turns into dollars. And then third, but certainly not least, these kids do need their own bed. I can't stress this enough because there's a video out there running around of the dad saying, well, they broke their bed, so as a punishment, they have to go without beds. No, that's not how that works, especially when you have a bed. Kids do things, they damage things, they harm things. This is a basic...
Kids they're going to break shit. It's called learning, bro. Literally. They don't know that they're not supposed to break the shit. So they break the shit they learn that they're not supposed to. But damn, you gotta get them a bed, bro. That's how kids learn. It's trial and error. Did they know they wasn't supposed to break it that way? No, probably didn't. You probably told them stop jumping on it or something. And then it was they learned the hard way. But they learned. Now they know they not... Bro, get them a fucking bed, nigga. The fuck, you just gonna have to sleep on the floor, bro?
necessity for them to live in the USA. And to act as if this is something that could potentially come up out of their pockets, and I'm talking about the parents, is crazy because like stated earlier, you could just go down to the Salvation Army and get you a damn bed. But what they're hoping for is that she'll make an Amazon wish list, people will provide her with the things that she wants and needs and desires, and everything will be taken care of and nobody really gives a shit. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the dad in this situation because he is just as much, if not even more, of a player in how bad the living conditions are than the mom is. I don't know his name. I don't know anything about him. I just know two things. He's a deadbeat who doesn't want to work, and the reason why he's a deadbeat is because it has been discovered that he has a whole nother child out there.
Hi, I'm the first baby mama. I'm absolutely embarrassed at the fact that that's my sperm donor. I will not be posting my child on here, but my son is almost 12. That man that everybody's saying they have two loving parents walked out of his son's life when he was 2. Hasn't seen his son since he was 5, and that's because I reached out to him to come to his kindergarten graduation, and at the time he only had one child, which was the little black boy you guys see in his videos. That's my oldest's little brother. Now my oldest doesn't even know he has 2 other siblings. So no, they didn't meet when he had one child. He probably has more. He hasn't paid child support, but he has a PS5. I feel bad for those kids because I never not wanted my son to not know.
And it's so, well, you know what's so crazy to me? I be feeling bad. You know, the only, like, you know what I'm saying, shout out to the baby mamas, you know what I'm saying? But you know who, the ones I really feel bad for? I always feel bad for the first baby mama. You want to know why I feel so bad for the first baby mama of every baby mama situation ever? Because that wasn't the shit that they're going through isn't the shit that they signed up for. That nigga didn't have 4 and 5 kids when you first met him. You didn't know he was going to be a deadbeat. You didn't know. And you are just, you're hanging by your coattails now because this is just what it is, bruh. Shout out to the niggas of the first baby mamas, bro. You didn't know. It's not your fault. You know what I'm saying? You sign up for that. Because, bro, like, I can get being like, all right, the nigga had 3 kids. I'm not going to have a kid by him because look what he does. But the nigga had no kids. And you thinking, oh, shit, we going to be good. This is going to be good. Boom. Now, 6 kids later, you're like, well, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the first baby mamas, man. I feel bad for y'all, bro.
His dad.
Keep holding it down, though, for sure.
And I've tried. Even his son asked, Mommy, I just want to know my dad. Why can't I see my dad? When that happened, I reached out to him. He read the message, never replied. So I had to put my son in counseling just because I knew it was bothering him and there was nothing that I could say that was going to help him. I just told him, your dad made choices and he chose to make those choices. It has nothing to do with you.
I have the one other child, Anthony. I've been paying child support via garnishments ever since I can remember. And I worked at a W-2 since I was 18, 19. Worked night, multiple jobs, never made above 22 an hour.
Work jobs that worked your body to the bone.
Yeah, I worked retail, I worked overnight, I worked at Home Depot, I worked at Jackson's, I worked at Grocery Outlet.
Now, naturally, because the dad is getting defamed in this situation for having a secret child that he's not involved in, he had to respond, and his response doesn't necessarily help any situation. He's basically avoiding W-2 jobs, and he keeps referring them to as W-2 jobs, which only the people that know why somebody referred to them as W-2 jobs would know.
Listen, I'm about to explain to y'all right now. Niggas avoid W-2 jobs to avoid the government. So when you are actively, if you have a job that doesn't require you to have W-2s, you're actively avoiding the government. So you handle paying the taxes, you handle all of this shit, right? What are W-2s? Those are like, it just shows you how much like you've gotten, how much with taxes or what was taken out of your checks throughout the year, and it helps you file taxes when you have a regular job. Now, a nigga like me, I don't have a W-2 job, but that's what comes with YouTube. But a nigga like him who's actively avoiding a W-2 job, he's avoiding, he said he's been paying child support through garnishments. They can only garnish your check if you have a W-2 job. He said he's been paying it through garnishments. But if you do not work a W-2 job, they cannot garnish your wages because they don't know you actively have a job. If you're working off, it's called off the books. If you're working off the books, you're getting money straight to you. Straight, that's money straight to you. There's no one dipping their hand in the pot. There's no Social Security coming out. There's no federal tax, state tax, none of that. None of that's coming out. It's money straight to you. And then it's illegal if you don't do it. But you have to like pay taxes through like an accountant or a tax person. If you don't, it's illegal. You can go to jail, but like not a lot of people do because like most off the book shit, they don't make too much. Like if you, I'll be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're not making like over, I think it was like over 10K, the over 10K a month, the government is not really checking for you to like the average person. If you have a W-2 job, they're gonna take taxes out regardless. But if you're not making actively over $10,000, they're not actively seeking you out because you didn't pay taxes. If that makes sense. Now I think the number might have been lowered recently, probably like 6,000 now. But that was the case. Like if you weren't making more than 10 grand a month, they wasn't actively seeking out. So it like a lot of people was like avoiding W-2 jobs so they can keep most of the money up front type shit. But then they also wouldn't be able to file taxes at the beginning of the year. You know how everybody get they like they tax check, they tax return and shit like that. That's essentially what that is getting money back because, you know, taxes and shit.
Know why he's referring to it as W-2 jobs is because he is avoiding his wages being garnished by the government for the child support that is owed. He comes up and admits that, but these people blow my mind because they are so baffled, and some of the internet is baffled as to why they are receiving such harsh criticisms. And it's not because they're poor. It's because they are intentionally neglectful of their responsibilities because they feel as if this is going to make the best story and best entertainment for the internet. I think this is one of the more extreme examples of the situation at hand. But to be honest with you, the way that people use their kids as props for the internet, public humiliation, trying to get clout, trying to get famous is actually disgusting.
Bro, this one pissed me off too. My daughter cut her second period math class with 2 of her friends. So the nigga took her bed. What are we doing? Like that's with that shit like that, you take her, maybe her TV, maybe her phone, and you put her on a punishment. You took her bed because she cut class? What are you doing? Bro, I wholeheartedly believe, like, and this is why I don't want to have kids until I know I'm fully ready. Because motherfuckers really hate their kids, bro. No, this is a different family. This is a different family. But niggas actively hates their kids, bro. And you can see it when they hate their kids. Can't help myself. But there's more like having and then you're gonna publicly humiliate her by making her wear a shirt for the next 2 days that says I skip math. Like that's cool. You're overdoing it. This is performative as hell. You punishing your daughter not to teach her a lesson, but you're punishing her for the internet, bro.
I don't know if any of y'all have seen this viral video, but you know, everybody parents different, to each his own, right? But in my opinion, I think what he chose to do for his daughter's punishment was entirely too extreme. That is too much. Like, I think he could have just did the whole outfit thing and that been that. Bro took all her stuff out of her room and everything like that because she skipped a class. And by the looks of it, I know the whole world has skipped class before. I know it. So it's like, you have to give a punishment that matches the crime.
The crime, exactly. You're ODing. You're doing way too fucking for a skipped class. Like I could have seen if she was like if she didn't come home like too late at night and you was looking for her, she was actively missing, and you know what I'm saying? Or you could have get in touch. She skipped a class, nigga. You act like she skipped a whole day. Even still, you act like she fucking played fucking hooky and just didn't go to school. Like, bro, what are you doing?
You get what I'm saying? Like, parents nowadays do not be understanding that that is how you drive your child away. We have to break generational curses. Do not be that toxic parent that treats their kid like this and punishes their child in a certain way. That's how your kids don't come to you for nothing or don't want to be honest with you.
And maybe this is some of these parents' way of relating to their kids more, but honestly, it comes off as downright disgusting, and it has no place to be on the internet, especially because they don't think of the long-term
Exactly. And my thing is, why the fuck are you recording this? Do you want some validation for punishing your fucking kid? What are we doing? Like, that nigga could have did that shit. Hey, that's between you and her. But now you're also bringing her shit to the internet. What are you doing? Come on, bro.
As to what happens when they have this internet documentation of the events that happened in their home. What happened when the internet saw me grow up with lice for the past 5 or 10 years of my life? What happens when the internet is calling me one bedroom cat piss boy? They don't think about those things that have happened. But we now have proof and evidence, because the internet and some of these things have been around for so long, of kids speaking up as to what happened when the cameras were off, the small times that they were, and what happens when they grew up in these situations.
The first round of vlogger kids from the 2010s have grown up and are sharing their stories. Let's talk about one story. She said that the mom broadcasted her first menstrual cycle. The kid got into a car accident, and instead of the mom comforting the kid like, oh baby, it's gonna be all right, the mom put a camera in her face. The kid said it got so bad that when she was 12 years old, a man that was stalking her based off of her mom's YouTube videos decided to message her on Facebook and follow her home at one point in time. The kid would hide in the bathroom to avoid being videotaped and photographed. The kid was also bullied at school because their intimate moments were posted on the mom's YouTube for their family vlog. The kid got a staph infection.
Hey man, listen, and this is why, like, those family channels, bro, like, they cool, but like, they, like, yeah, you gonna get your bread, but at what cost, bro?
I call it online parenting cloud.
Bro, that shit is crazy, bro. It's absurd. It's absurd.
At one point in time, and the mom exaggerated the condition so bad that the math teacher who was watching the mom's videos told the kids to, quote, stay away from the infected girl. And that ain't it. The kid is saying this is a digital footprint that she did not create, and it's following her around for the rest of her life, and that is why she is fighting and seeking laws similar to the ones that govern child actors. One, for just compensation, and to protect them as well. This is why we keep saying y'all need to stop pimping y'all's kids out, because they're gonna grow up and go on CNN and talk shit about you. Put the camera down.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it as if content creation isn't a very lucrative avenue.
Now,
granted, I'm not there, but there are content creators like KISSIMMEE, iShowSpeed, the FaZe Collective that make millions of dollars on a monthly basis based off of just showing their daily life. Casey Neistat is another one who went about vlogging his family for years and was able to become a millionaire based off of content creation. But the thing is, you have to show parts of your life, and these people don't.
You have to know when to, first, you just have to know when to cut the camera off. Not everything needs to be recorded. And I think that's why, like, I've been trying to vlog, but I've also not been vlogging at all. Because, like, you just got to know, like, sometimes I just, like, there's no way you want to record everything, bro. Like, everything. Like, don't get me wrong, I want to vlog for y'all, but I love living in the moment.
That's why we have so many crash outs now.
Exactly. But I love living in the moment. I love living in the moment and not having to worry about, oh, is this gonna be good content for later? I don't give a fuck. I'm living. Like, but like, you know, sometimes I want to give y'all vlogs and shit too. But like, I don't get mad at myself for not picking up my camera. You know what I mean? I don't get mad at myself because I'm like, bro, I was just living, bro. Hey, if they can't experience, hey, it is what it is, bro. That's why, like, that 24/7 IRL shit, it was not good for Fousey. They're like, you know, it gets bad, bro. You need to know when to cut the fucking camera off.
Realize that you can show how much of a nasty person it is when you can or can't pimp out your kids based off of the ability to make content. If you're making your family decisions based upon the content, then that's where I think a lot of people are going wrong in these situations.
We are not adopting from Thailand. What?
Nikki, what? Canceled a child adoption because she wouldn't be able to use the child for content.
Sorry.
Wait, what?
You know, we are still adopting. We're just not adopting from Thailand anymore. So
You want to explain why?
So here's the situation. Thailand has its own law that's unique to it, that after you pick up your child and they're your child, you are not allowed to talk about them or share any images, photos, videos, anything about them online for a year.
Nikki's got a YouTube channel and we share a whole lot.
Wait, hold on. When that hit, we literally were like,
yeah.
What?
So you're telling me you couldn't put aside the content for a year? And I'm not even talking about totally putting aside the content. I just mean there's one aspect of your life. You couldn't not talk about that for 1 year and help somebody who is potentially in need because fame, clout, and wanted to be somebody that's bigger than what you are. That is so... That's ridiculous as fuck. I talked about on this channel, CJ So Cool allegedly going broke from his channel. He doesn't even post on the main channel anymore that has 9 million subscribers. But the reason why is because his content was so revolved around the kids that when the kids were no longer in the situation, nobody wanted to be around him. Nobody wanted to watch the videos anymore. He couldn't create content based off of his own personality.
CJ So Cool fell off bad because after him and Royalty had got into it or whatever about the kid, which was really his main source, his only income, literally. So if somebody takes the kids away from you, they automatically take over 75% of your income from you, which you are used to making. That's first of all. Second of all, if you turn around and then you start getting loans on money that's not there and you're not good with money management, you're going to automatically fall off. You know what I mean? That's the reason why I fell off real bad.
But not just the loans on a channel based off of his family's endeavors, but when the people remove the family from the aspect, you have nothing. 70% of your income is
exactly, and that's why that also be a reason why I don't want to make like a group channel, or you know what I'm saying, because like if something happens, that takes away a whole revenue of, you know, that'd be another reason why I want to make a group channel. Like I'd make a group channel with the homies now because I still got my own shit. I'm Gucci, you know what I'm saying? But like starting off as a group channel or starting off as a couple channel or collab channel or whatever the fuck, starting off as that and then you have to rely on this person to make content, nah, I want y'all here for me.
Is tied up in the family is just insane. But that is basically what the Resilient Jenkins and any of these content creators are doing. And it's not just the income impacts that I'm trying to get across to people. It's the emotional and psychological damage that can be caused upon these kids that should be taken into consideration as to why you should not be doing this. Oftentimes it damages relationships between the parent and the kid. And I can acknowledge when there have been good situations where parent and kid have made up because parent has acknowledged what happens in the kid's earlier life and apologized.
Absolutely, baby. When my mom found out she was not playing all that shit, she truly wasn't, and she made amends. My mama completely did different content that was not tailored around her kids. She moved on.
But a lot of these parents don't get to this point because they are blinded by the finances that they have for this short amount of time. Look, I think content creation is very liberating. I think that it can bring another income stream to your household. It can fulfill your wildest dreams. However, I think that there's a give and a take, especially when you put your life out there like that. And these people that are willing to subject their kids to even worse standards than they need to be to create content should honestly have CPS called and involved immediately. Not only is it not fulfilling their wildest dreams, I guess a bunk better too is their wildest dreams, which is insane, but it's also damaging the kids in the long run. This is the worst family channel I've ever seen in my life.
Facts. Oh damn, I didn't even realize it wasn't gonna keep going. I didn't even know it was almost in. But yeah, nah, that family needs to be, I don't even know at this point. Like I don't even know, bro. Somebody get their kids, bro. Go call CPS. Have them look into that, bro. Hey, but W video shout out on Measy.